Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt here on Just for Fun. We got a spicy one today. This is Hierarch Delver. This is an idea of Travis Wu, T Wu, shout out, who decided he wanted to play aggro control in standard, comparing Honored Hierarch to Delver Secrets. Um, it's just it's maybe harder to flip, um, but the flipped form is very good, um, and getting one of these flipped is enough to get some pressure on your opponent, which you can protect with cheap interaction. So like cheap counter spells, and then burn spells. Cheap burn spells, card selection. So it's kind of a good, and then you're basically stalling and beating your opponent a little bit at a time, so you can drop a larger threat. So that's how the deck works. It's a nice plan because you can either play like a protect the queen strategy where you drop one threat and use all your other stuff to get that threat through and protect it, or you can play more of a control strategy and just kill everything and wait on your card advantage to win you the game. So lot going on here. I love this deck because it's so versatile. This is a Swiss Army knife kind of deck. Um, let's talk about our threats. We talked about Honored Hierarch. So a lot of times, turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Fiery Impulse, kill your guy to get my Hierarch through is a decent plan. Clutch, very versatile card, 3 modes on it. 1 mana bounce, 5 mana 3/3 coming to play tapped bounce, 6 mana hasty 3/3 bounce, right? Basically. And dispel, negate, disdainful stroke, clash of wills, and teamer charm as various counterspell interaction. Teamer charm doubles as a removal spell. The third mode I don't think I've ever used. I mean, it could come up, but that's the same as Jeskai Charm. The third mode I've never used. I guess it could come up. Jeskai Charm in there is just another versatile spell. Basically, the deck has a lot of answers to things. So you've got all the 1 mana burn spells to answer cheap creatures. You've got the clutch to answer tokens and bigger creatures. You've got roast to answer siege rhino and other ground fatties. You've got a naturalized to answer an artifact or enchantment, but ideally this would be Dramoka's command. I don't have one of those, but that's a subtle change I would make that I think would make the deck better. Also, getting a Cinder Glade instead of the second Forest would make the deck a lot better also. Or maybe instead of the second Canopy Vista. Yeah, that would be even better. Yeah, because you often find yourself lacking for red. That's kind of like a thing. But the bigger threats here are the Mantis Riders. Nothing needs to be said about this. It's just freaking amazing. It's a great card. Nothing else to say. Knuckleblade, amazing creature. This is great in this kind of deck because it's a threat that can win the game on its own and you can protect it. It has built-in pump, built-in bounce, and the haste is nice too. But I think those are the it would be much nicer to me if the card was like more symmetrical, if the abilities all cost the same somehow, even if they all cost 2, or whatever. It would just be a much more attractive card. Bounding Krasis is just there as a this was originally Hooting Mandrills, which is another threat you could play, but I found that there's I've already got 5 Delve cards in here, so the 6th one I felt like was a little too much. So this is a nice flash threat. You can play this deck at instant speed pretty well. It's a good surprise blocker, eat something, you know, and a decent sized threat on the ground. So Ojutai's Command, another versatile answer type card. Get your Hierarch back, counter draw, counter gain, draw gain, you know, lots of abilities here. And then you got the Delve cards. We've gone 3-2 on Digs and Cruises. Hangerback Walker. I end up, this is like my 60th card in a lot of decks just because I only have one. You can play it in any deck. It's always pretty good. And, you know, I like having a variety of different threats. So, and we talked about Clash. So this is, mana base, some tri-lands, dual lands, Lumbering Falls. So yet another threat. The deck is just really versatile in terms of threats and answers. So that's what I like about it. You can do a lot of different things with it. Sideboard really spicy. What we have here is over here we have 2 Rattleclaws and 3 Jeskai Ascendancies. So you can board into Jeskai Ascendancy combo. You know, I would put in the Stratus Walks for that too. And then you have all these cheap cards, cheap instants and sorceries and stuff in the deck to trigger Ascendancy. You know, board in the Mystics. Already you have Hierarchs and Lumbering Falls and the clutched Awaken lands. So you have lots of ways to make mana producing creatures and go off with Ascendancy. And then here we have doubles on some of the other answer type cards. So if you want to board into more of a control strategy instead, you can do that too. It's a fun deck. I enjoy playing it. Changes I would make, again, 1 Cinder Glade over Canopy Vista, and over Naturalize we played Dramoka's Command. Maybe a couple other things, I'm not sure, but I enjoy playing the deck. I hope you enjoy the videos. Peace.